Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Bold Fans channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.
Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope's 4 challenges, serious family drama and dangerous circumstances. According to teasers on The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope Logan Spencer faces at least 4 obstacles. Fans of B&B will witness Hope handle a number of dangerous circumstances, intense family conflict, and more, so let's discuss what lies ahead. 1. Hope's cooperation with Thomas put to the test to begin with. As they proceed with the revival of Hope for the future, Hope's cooperation with Thomas Forrester will be put to the test. Are Thomas and Hope still capable of making HFTF a major success? Zend Forrester Dominguez will also contribute, but Hope and Thomas's fashion partnership is problematic because of their past. Keep checking back to see if Thomas will fulfill his pledge to not let Hope down. 2. Hope dragged into the competition between Katie Logan Spencer and Brooke Logan Forrester. Naturally, Hope will eventually have to take a side in this conflict. Hope will have to support Katie in some way because of the opportunity she is about to provide Deke Sharp, even if she chooses to side with Brooke. Another obstacle to overcome in the upcoming weeks is that Hope can feel trapped in the midst of challenging family matters. 3. Hope must prioritize her marriage now that she and Liam Spencer are back together. Hope will also want to prioritize their marriage and family. Hope should really try to prioritize her marriage and let Liam know how much he means to her, even if she will be preoccupied with work and anxious over the family conflict. Liam might follow suit as this partnership, hopefully, remains stable for some time. 4. Hope worries that Sheila would be angry. Deke was thrilled to learn that Deacon Sharp had feelings for Taylor Hayes, but Hope might respond quite differently. Hope may respond similarly to Steffi Forrester Finnegan when she learns that Deacon has feelings for Taylor beyond platonic ones because she is aware of how spiteful Sheila Sharp can be. Hope might caution Deacon against inciting Sheila's fury once she learns that Deacon is infatuated with Taylor. Hope won't support an affair that would endanger Deacon and Taylor, but she will still believe Deacon must leave Sheila. Stay tuned for more information about Hope's upcoming chapter. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, she will encounter these 4 obstacles and possibly more. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Deke is driven to succeed while Katie wants to disprove Brooke. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Katie Logan added Spencer to her name once more. To demonstrate a familial point, she intends to use the most unexpected wedding gift that her new husband gave her. Forrester was added to Brooke Logan's name once more. Katie and Brooke's marriages differ in that Lang's character has been married to her true love 3 times more than her younger sister has been married to someone else. Bill Spencer finds it unbelievable that Brooke wished to prevent Katie from using her family name. Ridge Forrester believes he understands Katie's decision to call her new fashion brand Logan. Ridge Forrester is wrong once more. Ridge's decision to become engaged to Taylor Hayes was a bad one. He felt that Brooke had wandered from him even though he knew that she still had the biggest place in his heart. It's important to note the distinction between Ridge's error with Taylor and his evaluation of Katie's brand choice. Despite his assertions to the contrary, Ridge didn't give a damn about Taylor's feelings. In this case, Ridge feels he is defending his wife by saying that Katie's decision was motivated by Bill. He didn't. The Forresters, Logans, and Spencers will engage in a full-scale family conflict as a result of Ridge's provocation of Brooke. He can assist Brooke in realizing that neither Katie nor Forrester's expired rights were being undermined. But because he has a hot head, Ridge wasted the chance to help cool things down. Deke Sharp was waiting for a chance at Il Giardino. He was appreciative of his father's decision to let him work there. Deacon Sharp used it as a means of supporting his injured kid. Bill and Katie's perception of Ridge and Steffi Forrester Finnegan's choice to reinstall Thomas Forrester as sheer nepotism is incorrect. Deke told Katie that whereas Thomas is established, he is not. It would be prudent for Katie to avoid pushing her payback angle too far. If she does, she will make unintentional mistakes. Although Brooke's response to the Logan revelation was understandably distressing, Tom's character must make wise business choices rather than rash ones that specifically target Brooke. Ridge and Brooke do have one plot point correct, but Katie Logan Spencer still has a lot to learn. When it comes to managing a fashion firm, Katie is green. Forrester Creations intends to take advantage of Logan's inadequate infrastructure. Devoted followers must have a suspicion that the Forrester family's venerable fashion house will interfere with the fledgling Logan company in ways that aren't typically seen in the actual world. However, as this is a soap opera, the setting draws on the show's rich past while simultaneously developing a contemporary plot that is already incredibly exciting. B&B shocker, is Sheila Carter's long-lost daughter hiding in plain sight? Dylan's dark bloodline is exposed. It's possible that the bold and the beautiful made a mistake or purposefully set off the largest ticking time bomb in recent memory. One question has been on viewers' minds constantly: who is Dylan? And now that Bradley Bell has confirmed that the character has a long-term contract, the quiet around her last name is deafening rather than suspicious. Because withholding a last name is never an accident in B&B land. It's tactical. Dylan may not only be enigmatic, troubled, or sinister, but she may also be Sheila Carter's long-lost daughter, supposed to have been forgotten, deleted, or hidden for decades. All indications now point to a discovery that might completely alter the show's DNA. Indeed. Sheila Carter, that is. Dylan isn't simply another homeless art instructor with secrets if that's the case. She has one of the most perilous genetic legacies in soap opera history and is a genetic disaster ready to explode. The last name that won't come, a classic B&B red flag. Let's begin with the most obvious red flag. For weeks, Dylan has been on canvas. She resides with core families. She is conversing with characters from the past. She is interwoven with significant plots including Will Spencer Jr., R.J. Forrester, Elektra Forrester, and even the fallout from Luna Nozawa's passing. And yet...
no last name. Not a family. Only pieces of a backstory. That only occurs on The Bold and the Beautiful when a name is too dramatic to disclose. It's not a coincidence. Narrative containment is what this is. Unless they intend to use their last names as weapons in the future, writers don't conceal them. Why Dylan doesn't feel new? She feels familiar. Dylan's homelessness, guardedness, and emotional instability aren't the only reasons why fans have been uneasy since her arrival. Something about her seems familiar. Her demeanor, her whiplash of emotions, her passion. She has a remarkable talent for manipulating empathy while maintaining distance from others. She doesn't behave like an outsider. She behaves as though she were cut from a very particular fabric, the same fabric that has plagued Los Angeles for many years. Sheila Carter fabric. The forgotten child. Sheila Carter and Massimo Morone's baby. Longtime watchers recall this plot, despite the show's want for us to forget it. Sheila Carter claimed to be pregnant with Massimo Morone's child when she showed up at his house in 2003, during the height of her most insane period. She was telling the truth. Diana is the baby girl she gave birth to. Massimo was appalled. Sheila was erratic. The authorities were circling. Then, in classic Sheila Carter manner, she disappeared along with the infant. Diana vanished from sight. Don't ever recast. Never mentioned. Never officially declared dead. That can only mean one thing in terms of soap opera logic: she was saved for later. The age matches perfectly. Let's figure it out. In 2003, Diana was born. She would be in her early 20s today, which is precisely Dylan's supposed age range. Not younger. Not older. Excellent. Clean timelines are a favorite of soap opera writers. Additionally, this one aligns so perfectly that it virtually glows. The Luna connection. This is where it gets chilling. This is the point at which conjecture becomes a serious cause for concern. The motorist who struck and murdered Luna Nozawa was Dylan. Luna is the granddaughter of Sheila Carter. Give that some thought. Luna wasn't a random victim if Dylan is Diana, Sheila's daughter. She belonged to the family. This brings up a horrifying question that no one has yet to voice. Backhand index pointing right, did Dylan murder her own niece? Whether intentional or not, the symmetry is terrifying and just the kind of twisted generational trauma that The Bold and the Beautiful thrives on. Why Dylan and Luna felt like mirrors. Fans have frequently noted how similar Dylan and Luna's appearance, thoughts, and even behaviors are. They are both charismatic yet unstable, able to inspire trust while concealing darkness, emotionally impetuous, secretive about their background, and drawn to upheaval. If they are related to Sheila Carter, then their similarities suddenly make horrifying sense. Sheila's legacy includes psychological instability that has been passed down like a curse in addition to violence. Was Dylan running from Sheila or was he raised by her? Where Dylan came from is another important enigma. No parents. No history of foster care. No adoptive family has come forward. One of two things can be inferred from that absence. Either Dylan fled or Sheila reared her. Dylan never got better after Sheila left her. Her instability, mistrust of authority, ease living on the periphery, and capacity to compartmentalize guilt would all be explained by either situation. She doesn't behave like someone who just fell on hard times, but rather like someone fleeing inherited madness or gradually giving into it. Why Bradley Bell's contract confirmation is important. Bradley Bell does not take contract confirmations lightly. When he refers to a character as sticking around, he means long-term story investment, multi-layer disclosures, deep legacy linkages. You don't lock in a contract for a background role. For a bloodline bomb, you do it. Why now? Reopening this vault. Why? Due to Sheila Carter's return to activity. She has a spouse. She is susceptible. She is attempting but failing to restrain her instincts. Soaps also adore symmetry. A daughter she lost. A daughter who might be worse than she ever was. A daughter who already has blood on her hands. The final terrifying possibility: what if Dylan doesn't yet know who she is? What better method to reveal Sheila's frail redemption arc? What happens if Sheila is the first to see something? What happens if the revelation is both startling and upsetting? Because there won't be a redemption narrative if Sheila finds out she lost Deacon, learns Dylan is her daughter, and understands Dylan killed Luna. Just fallout. The question that changes everything, to put it clearly: is Dylan really Sheila Carter's neglected kid, Diana Marone? If so, was Luna's demise an accident? Or the beginning of a violent legacy that never really came to an end? There's no doubt that the last name isn't accidentally absent. It is being saved because nothing on The Bold and the Beautiful will be the same after it is said. Sheila's confrontation. Deke overhears and Daphne clarifies. Fans might anticipate a confrontation between Sheila Carter Sharp and Deke Sharp. Daphne Rose attempts to clarify things for Carter Walton in the interim. Deke Sharp's pressure. Let's begin with Deke, who had a conversation with Deacon Sharp. Deke believes Sheila is not the right woman for Deacon, even though he is aware that his father is in love with her. Deke could encourage his father to move on now that he is aware of Deacon's emotions for Taylor Hayes. Sheila Carter Sharp's confrontation. Nevertheless, it appears that Sheila hears what Deke and Deacon are saying. Whether Sheila hears the section regarding Taylor is unknown. Sheila does, however, undoubtedly hear Deke complain about how the staff and clients dislike having Sheila around. Sheila has made a great effort to be a decent wife to Deacon, but she has never been everyone's favorite. Lee Finnegan's spaghetti episode was one of the numerous incidents Sheila had to contend with. However, Steffi Forrester Finnegan is correct. A person can only endure so much before losing it. Sheila may be approaching that point. Spoilers for tomorrow's episode of Daphne Rose Explains The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Daphne will attempt to give Carter an explanation. But the man is aware of his love for Daphne and fears losing her. Additionally, Daphne doesn't exactly explain why she is fleeing to Paris. What extra to expect? The potential of a kiss is hinted at as something extra to anticipate. Can Steffi really avoid Deacon, even after Taylor informed her she was correct? Taylor said that Deacon genuinely pays attention to her and values her opinions. She might find it more difficult to break up with Deacon as a result. Taylor and Deacon will be tempted as long as they undergo counseling sessions. Sheila might be the next to bust them after Steffi caught them the last time. Kiss possibility lingers. Taylor genuinely believes Deacon is admirable and can't stop thinking about him. Deacon, on the other hand, believes Taylor is simply amazing. But this isn't a lovely relationship because Deacon is married to Sheila. Sheila might lose it because it's about treachery and deceit. The eruption gets worse the longer Deacon plays games with Sheila. Which plot do you most want to see? B&B spoilers. Steffi declares war on Deacon, and Taylor's heart may be collateral damage. It is highly unlikely that Steffi Forrester will permit her mother to go too far. After Ridge Forrester broke Taylor Hayes' heart once more, she may be recovering, vulnerable, and looking for something genuine. But when Steffi Forrester finds out who has been after her mother, she is ready to take a firm stand. Deacon Sharp, the husband of Sheila Carter, Hope Logan's dad. And in Steffi's thoughts? A death sentence on foot. Steffi knows exactly how this story ends. In blood, if anyone is aware of the peril Taylor is sleepwalking into, it's Steffi. Sheila Carter shot her own kid. Sheila Carter came very close to killing Steffi. Sheila Carter has a history of using violence when she feels threatened, rejected, or replaced. Steffi doesn't need spoilers to guess what will happen when Sheila discovers that her husband is emotionally involved with another woman, Taylor Hayes, and that Taylor is the reason Deacon is ending their marriage. She has experienced it. For Steffi, this is a ticking time bomb rather than romance. Taylor may be blinded by emotion. Steffi is not. Taylor thinks she's in charge. She thinks she's capable of setting limits. She thinks Deacon is unique. Steffi thinks her mother is emotionally exposed, fragile, and recently hurt by Ridge's betrayal. The worst conceivable mindset to begin anything with a man who is still legally bound to Sheila Carter. Mom, there are plenty of fish in the sea, Steffi will emphasize. Choose someone who isn't wed to a murderous madman. Is that harsh? Indeed. Required. Yes, in Steffi's opinion. According to teasers for Bold and the Beautiful, Queen Steffi is prepared to play dirty. She won't merely alert Taylor. She'll step in. Additionally, Steffi Forrester doesn't take any shortcuts when she steps in. Potential strategies include pressuring Deacon to back off for Taylor's safety, revealing the situation before Sheila discovers it on her own, recruiting Ridge Forrester to emotionally ruin Taylor, manipulating events to keep Taylor and Deacon apart, or making Deacon choose between his marriage and catastrophe. Steffi has already determined that Taylor's heartbreak is preferable to Taylor's funeral. Sheila is quiet, and that terrifies Steffi. The shouting, insane Sheila Carter is not the most deadly version. It's the serene, optimistic Sheila who says, "I believe in us." She believes that her marriage is secure. She thinks Taylor is on her side. She is not yet aware that she is being emotionally replaced. And when Sheila finds out, she won't cry according to history. She refuses to plead. She refuses to leave. She'll take revenge. Who she targets first is the only mystery. The ultimate question: Sheila Carter has once been defeated by Steffi Forrester. She won't risk her mother's life on an unwarranted relationship. Fans are now left wondering, how far will Steffi go to shut this down? Will Ridge become a distraction and be drawn back into Taylor's orbit? Will Deacon be ruthlessly and publicly forced to make a decision? And who bears the cost when Sheila at last understands the truth? There's little doubt that Steffi Forrester is done being polite. Additionally, Taylor Hayes' daughter's protective strategy might not be able to save her heart. Keep an eye out. Carter's plea, Deke's pressure, and Taylor's explanation. Taylor Hayes makes an effort to clarify. Deke Sharp applies pressure to Deacon Sharp. Carter Walton also makes an effort to persuade Daphne Rose to remain in Los Angeles. Interrogation of Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Steffi Forrester Finnegan yells at her mother, overseeing and hearing her with Deacon. The brunette asks Taylor directly if she has a relationship with Deacon. Steffi keeps asking questions despite Taylor's best efforts to hide. Taylor and Deacon were heard by Steffi. Taylor's expression conveys everything. Although Deacon is married, Steffi is happy that she wants to move on from Ridge. He is married to Sheila Carter Sharp, who is insane. According to Taylor, Steffi is mistaken. Steffi is aware of what she heard and witnessed. Her mother is not like this. Taylor simply states that it's difficult. Steffi mentions Sheila pursuing their family. Taylor claims she can't think of Deacon in that way, but there's something about him. Taylor believes that Deacon is an incredible man. Steffi's face goes white as Taylor raves about Deacon. Her mom has already developed feelings for him. Taylor maintains that she simply admires Deacon, and that it's not like that. Taylor claims that Deacon genuinely pays attention to her when they simply converse. Deacon notices me. Steffi orders her to stop. This might be the one thing, according to Steffi, that makes Sheila lose her temper. Steffi begs her mother to move on from Deacon. Taylor acknowledges that her daughter is correct. Deacon Sharp attempts to work at Il Giardino but keeps thinking about Taylor. The man recalls understanding that since Taylor is his therapist, a relationship is impossible. Deke caressed her hair. Deke cuts out Deacon's memory. Deke inquires about Bubbly. Deacon tries to give him the incorrect one. Deke insists on knowing his father's thoughts, but Deacon says he's only considering his son's future. We'll see where that goes, but Deke claims he had a wonderful conversation with Katie Logan Spencer. Deke doesn't want to raise his expectations, but Deacon gets a positive sensation. Deke encourages Deacon to share. Deacon has committed to Sheila because he loves her. Deke finishes for his father, but he's reconsidering. Without mentioning Taylor's name, Deacon talks about how wonderful she is. Deke queries whether he is acquainted with this woman. Deacon raves on this woman's amazing qualities. According to Deke, Deacon didn't come this far because of Sheila. Rather, he did it in spite of her. According to Deke, the majority of workers find Sheila intolerable. Deacon is stunned by this. According to Deke, the patrons also discuss Sheila. Deke believes that Taylor is far superior to Sheila. Rich Forrester depicts his hope at Forrester Creations. He is interrupted by Brooke Logan Forrester. Ridge appears to have been searching for a pleasant diversion. Brooke is trying to find Carter. The COO needs to review a few contracts for the blonde. Ridge describes Carter's current location. Regarding Daphne's ambitions, Brooke poses a few queries. Ridge is hoping Carter might persuade Daphne to reconsider. They talk about Carter's lengthy history of failed romantic relationships. Plea Carter, played by Carter Walton, informs Daphne that the moment has finally come for them. Daphne is smaller than her purse. She might be engulfed by it. Returning to the conversation, Carter implores her to continue their romance. The Knows will never forget their time together. Daphne had no desire to harm him. She's actually making an effort to avoid hurting him any more than she already has. Daphne is adamant that this is the best option. The brunette said that although her home is in Paris, she has thoroughly loved her time with Carter. According to Carter, a home can grow to encompass additional locations and individuals. According to the COO, home can be in Los Angeles. Daphne isn't really giving a reason for her departure. She can't stop talking about how they remember their enjoyable times together. Daphne can be fulfilled without a relationship. According to Carter, he does require Daphne. Carter describes how he smelled Daphne for the first time. Daphne won't leave the COO. Daphne assures Carter that he won't lose her as he leans in to embrace her. Carter is more concerned about Daphne than the company. Carter begs her to stay so they may enjoy each other's company.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.